couple of groupies, I know telling with I know telling you niggas get high, and you niggas why you niggas flying, why you niggas flying, scooting up on you when I'm driving, jumping off the roof, no ceiling, got a skyline view when I'm riding.
Gang, what's poppin', man? Welcome back to another episode of Let's Talk Everything 414 podcast, man. How y'all doing out there? Y'all need to hit that like button right away. Of course, hit the subscribe button. You know what I'm saying? So we can dive into a video, right? And I know I ain't come back the other night. It's all right, though. I'm back tonight, motherfucker. I'm back like I never left. You understand what I'm saying? And I got a video for y'all, gang. And it's about, the occult of feminism, the occult of feminism. It sound different, don't it? Yeah, to me it did too, because I'm like, wait, the occult of feminism. Now I remember when they start pushing that shit, you understand what I'm saying? But to know about the occult of it, like, wait, it was a cult? You know what I'm saying? That's different, right? But I got a young lady, Rachel Wilson, who's on Joe Rogan podcast. Shout out to Joe Rogan, man. Shout out to Joe Rogan. Another one of the greatest podcasters ever. If you haven't, go subscribe to his channel. If you haven't checked him out, all the above. You feel me? I make sure I try to promote people's channel because I would want the same thing, gang. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I would want a motherfucker be like, hey, yo, go check dude's shit out, right? Because that's what it's about. Let's dive into this video, man. Let's jump into this real fast. And like I said, tonight we don't want no glitches, man.
On feminism. My opinion was, unfortunately you run into some feminists that just did not like men for whatever reason. And, there's a lot of people in this world that aren't happy with their position or station in life, but I didn't really think too much into how this all got started until I listened to your book, and I'm like, this is kind of bonkers. So before we get into your book, like, how did you decide to write about this? Like, what was your little journey?
Oh,
or big journey?
Yeah, it's kind of a big journey. So when I was growing up, I was like in all the advanced kid classes, and from the time I was in like kindergarten, it was just pounded into my head, like, you're going to college, you're going to have a career. You're smart and you have to do something with that. It was like the only option that was put before me. And so I followed that path like all the way through school. And by the time I got done with 12 years of regular school, I realized a couple things. One is school is not where you go to learn things.
Hey, she couldn't have said that better, man. She couldn't have said it better, man. School is not where you need to go to learn shit, man. School is just another big ass building to socialize with other goofy motherfuckers. You understand? Man, where you supposed to go to learn shit? They only teaching us what they want us to learn. Pay attention. Just pay attention.
Public school's not so great for smart people, for the most part. And that I really didn't like. Like, another 4 years of school just sounded like hell to me. And I really just wanted to get married and have kids. That's kind of what I always wanted to do, much to the horror of my Marxist feminist mother. Who did not like that.
Indoctrinated at an early age.
Well, she tried, but I was the why kid. I was the kid that's just like, why?
Yeah.
But why? And I had like a Rush Limbaugh dad.
Wow.
Yeah, they got divorced. Shocker. Who could have seen it coming? So they got divorced when I was...
Shocker. Come on now. We know that was going to happen. Mom's over there on the other hand, like, no, I don't need a man. I'm strong enough to handle it myself. But then the problems that she caused once dad moved on, like, okay, well, shit, I'm on what I'm on. She mad. It should have been me. He should have suffered. You know what I'm saying? Come on now, gang.
Like 9, and I grew up in like two worlds. I had like Republican business owner Rush Limbaugh dad, and I had Marxist feminist crazy mom.
Was the mom always Marxist feminist, and was the dad always like a Rush Limbaugh Republican?
Yep.
How did they fall in love? How did all that happen?
They didn't. I was an accident.
Oh, so they just fall in lust.
Wow.
I was like an oops baby, and my dad said that when he saw me, he was like, well, I don't want anybody else like this.
Now that's good, man. A lot of oops babies out there, man. They be feel me. She said I was an accident. Mom's was a slut. Pops caught the slut. You feel me? They made transaction happen, and next thing you know, it was, like, God damn, that's deep. But I like how she tell her truth. That's one thing I do like. I like how she tell her truth. And it's a lot of women out there nowadays. Y'all do not tell y'all truth, gang. Y'all be lying. Y'all be fake as hell with y'all truth.
This is the only thing that matters to me. So I'm going to make this work. And he tried his best.
How did they even hook up with such radically different ideologies?
I don't think they were talking about that sort of thing when they got together. They were probably hanging out at a bar.
Oh,
No.
so they didn't really know each other very well.
Not really.
Oh,
No, they were
one of
kind of
them
like,
things.
they worked in the same place and met at work and then had like a fling and then I was
Wow.
born. Yeah. Yeah. So I had divorced
couple.
parents. Yeah. It was really rough because my mother like hated my dad. She could never tell you anything
Hold on. Go back.
he did really rough because I had divorced
couple.
parents. Yeah. It was really rough because my mother like hated my dad. She could never tell you anything he did wrong.
Man,
Yeah.
that sound like all women, man. Not look at Jesus. All women, they can tell you this and that about their guy, who they dating. They can't tell you much good though. They ain't gonna be able to pull up much good because she ain't trying to. But at the end of the day, she gonna be able to tell you every bad thing. I ain't gonna be able to tell you nothing wrong. What do you do? Put the cans in the wrong area.
Oh.
It was just like he's an evil white patriarchist, bad Republican man. One of my earliest memories is them fighting over the Bush-Dukakis election in '88 and like threatening to lock each other in the house so that the one couldn't cancel the other one's vote and stuff. Yeah. I know, fun. It was
Petty. They arguing. Your mom want to argue with your daddy over the who voting for who. You know what I'm saying? You get so petty like that, gang. Something ain't right. Like, something ain't right.
fun.
Was this before or after Kitty Dukakis drank mouthwash? Or what did she drink? She drank something like that.
think so.
Aftershave or mouthwash to try to get drunk?
Yeah.
Like the pressure of the election must have been so insane. And this is pre-social media,
Yeah.
right?
Tell me the pressure from the election was that insane, gang, that it draw the bitch to drink mouthwash. Come on, man. That's different, man. That ain't shit in the world that's gonna drive you that insane, man. You better wake up, smell the coffee, and keep moving. As simple as that.
And this lady was already struggling with like alcoholism. And I think she was hospitalized for drinking something that was not a drink. Well, can you find out what that was? It was really crazy, right? Remember? Do you
Yeah.
remember that?
I just remember that whole election being pretty nuts, like as
Yeah.
far as like the Democrats versus Republicans. And this was when Democrats were more like how Republicans are right now. They weren't like
Dukakis tried
super
to
insane.
ride in a tank to make everybody think he was like a pro-war tough guy. Remember that?
Yeah. Yeah. And I remember read my lips, no new taxes and all that stuff. So like
Hell no. Hey, if y'all don't remember that, gang, go look that up. That shit crazy.
I had this going on like as a kid. So I think my brain was already thinking about this sort of stuff from the time I was little.
Rubbing alcohol.
Ooh.
Yo, that's
That's rough.
crazy.
Drinking, rubbing alcohol. And I ain't gonna lie, I had this one thing that, the liquor stores nowadays, it's a lot of people, they know they drink that vodka. It's a lot of people drink that white alcohol. And I'm thinking they putting that shit up in them bottles, gang. You know how easy you can put your own tops on the bottles. And I think they filling them liquor bottles up with rubbing alcohol. You understand what I'm saying? And they know black people ain't finna come back and say that. If they do, who gonna believe a black motherfucker? He finna come back raging or, out of order.
Nail polish remover.
Oh my God. She drank nail polish remover? Holy shit.
She couldn't just huff paint like normal person.
Very open about her struggles with alcohol and addiction to amphetamines to reduce the stigma surrounding these issues, later detailing these experiences in her books.
I wasn't trying to kill her.
Okay.
Yeah, so my parents were like ready to kill each other over that. And so they divorced right after that. They divorced and
They divorced over the voting thing. That had to have been some bitch shit. Like, that had to have been a woman, gang. You mad because of who I'm gonna vote for? I guarantee her parents, the mom probably like, damn, you should vote for who I vote for. Dan, he like, hell, fuck no, Susie, I'm voting for who I vote for. That's what I feel. Dan, if you don't vote for who I vote for, I'm fucking leaving. I'm gonna keep the sex from you and take the child from you. Like, gang, get your dumb ass. That's dumb shit. That's dumb. Y'all out there, gang, y'all, it's a lot of y'all out there who don't even believe in relationships no more, man. If you find you somebody that's good, you better learn how to hang on to them and work that shit out and make the best out of it. I ain't talking about working out and cheating on each other, but make the best out of everything y'all do. That's what I'm talking about. That's the problem now. Let's carry on.
I'd spend time with dad and I'd spend time with mom, and I had two completely different realities and worldviews. And I think
that'll fuck you up when you go in between households. That'll fuck you up. Now you're trying to learn how to care for this person because this person always sad. Then you're trying to wonder if this person cares because this person over here trying to block it out so bad. You feel me? So they ain't never sad. You understand? Usually that's pop. That's not gonna never be sad. He ain't gonna let that shit fade him, but the mom always gonna talk. Your daddy ain't shit. I'm tired. I hate that motherfucker. He ain't never did this for me. Like, oh, every time I come over here, I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear about that. You hear me? It's crazy.
Growing up like that, you're trying to sort out what's true. You're trying to figure out, like, is there any merit to what mom's saying the world is, or any merit to what dad's saying the world is?
Hey, of course, mom's gonna make you try to believe everything she say. I ain't gonna lie. Of course, the mama gonna always make it like she was the victim and she was the hurt and shit. My mama used to do it. I ain't gonna lie. Everybody mama did it. I guarantee your mama did it too. If any problem ever occurred, she ain't gonna tell you where it started from. She ain't gonna tell you that, oh yeah, I hit that nigga on his head and then he did this. At the end of the day, she gonna always make it like he was the worst, and you gonna take that side first. You feel me? You gonna take that side first. Like, damn, that future ass. All the time you don't even know the story. You know what I'm saying? You just going off what she said. You feeling for the woman, just soft ass.
And I think dad was more persuasive and better at pulling me his direction, because I never really absorbed, like, I always thought Marxism was, you know, faking gay and stupid. I just never bought into it at all.
Why at an early age did you think that?
Because I already had seen that, you know, we're not all born equal with equal things. And some people work much harder. Some people have natural gifts and talents. And to think, because my mother would literally say stuff in the house, like, from each person according to their ability to each person according to their need. And I was like,
saying dumbass shit like that. Shut your dumbass up, man. You all the time, you saying some stupid stuff. For each person got the you shut up, bitch. You don't even know what motherfucking magical power need is. You talk, each person got each need. Man, listen. See, you trying to keep that confusion shit up. That's what her mom was doing. She keeping all that motherfucking confusion up. Pop's like, baby, don't even worry about it. Look, I got another business deal. I'm gonna go make this happen. I'll be back. Make sure y'all cool up in this motherfucker. No, she gonna drive you crazy, man. You know?
Even when I do that in class, like if there's a group project, everybody wants me on their team because I'm the smart kid who's going to do the homework. I end up doing everything, and everybody else gets the A, even though I did everything. So
and
I was
those are the people that are really into socialism.
Yes.
The people that half-ass stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so, like, from being a little kid, I even noticed, like, no, things aren't equal and things aren't always fair, and it depends on, you know, your natural skills and abilities, and then what you do with those things. Because there's lots of people, like my mother was super talented, really intelligent person, but she was so, like, emotionally chaotic. She never applied them to anything. She never really got anywhere or did anything. She had big...
What she said, the main thing is she too emotionally chaotic. The women do be emotionally chaotic. And that's another thing. If the woman ain't got a man who's calm enough, or you can't even say if the woman ain't got another person by them, because usually if they got a woman by them, that bitch gonna be just as emotionally psychotic as them. In fact, that woman gonna be trying to tell her, yeah, girl, you so right, and keep her as sad and emotional as she is. You understand what I'm saying? So that ain't gonna work if you have somebody else and they your friend, but they keeping you sad and down. They reminding you of how sad you is. Damn, I hate you went through what you was. Shut your dumb ass up. You supposed to be here to remind me to get over it. Not to, you understand what I'm saying? But if she had a man who was able to calm her down and help her understand, or coach her through understanding, you know, besides forcing it in, like, look, it's this and it's that. No, again, she'd be backwards, man.
Of what she thought she should have and never really got there because she was so, like, emotionally unregulated and kind of chaotic. So I just kind of...
Women out there, you got to learn how to control them emotions. For real, you got to. You got to. If you don't, man, shit, you don't... Everything ain't going to turmoil. Everything ain't going to turmoil. You don't learn how to control them emotions. Everything get to go in turmoil. Then you get to blaming everybody. Oh, it was because of this. Oh, you pissed me off, so I had to do this. No, motherfucker, you control your emotions. I learned that a long time ago. You feel me? Shout out to the teacher that taught me that, Mr. Ali, an African dude. You couldn't hear a lick of what the fuck he was saying. You feel me? Only thing you heard. That's it, gang. I ain't gonna lie to you, no disrespect to you Africans. I love the shit out y'all. But at the end of the day, dog said, look, you control your emotions. He said, if you got a job today, you ask your girlfriend to take out some clothes for you, and she got a job, and both of y'all got to be at the job at the same time. She forget because she got to take out clothes for herself. Are you mad at her or are you mad at yourself? This was a good question because everybody in the classroom, it was like 19 men in there. It's all men. Everybody was like, man, that's her fault. The bitch should have took out. I asked her, she should have did it tonight. No, he killed him. No. Man, it's your fault. You control everything. You control everything. Not saying we control the woman. And no, you control your emotions, nigga. You control what take place with you. You should have got your clothes out. If you knew she worked and you worked, you should have got up. That's just an excuse for you to be mad at her, at the woman. You understand what I'm saying? So now it got so cold that men doing it now. The trick started with the ladies, though. Listen.
I saw that, no, there's not this like thing where you can just even the playing field and make it all equal for everyone. That's not how it works.
There's also a thing that if you're locked up in something like Marxism, you if that's your ideology, you're in this constant struggle with the rest of the world all the time,
Yes.
where you want to bend it to your ideology. You want
Yes.
to change it. And so even if you're a very intelligent person, your daily mindset is struggle. Your
Yeah.
daily mindset is conflict and existential crisis. Like, you know, people...
That is exactly, that was the picture that was laid in front of me.
Yeah, it's such a
I go to
trap.
Dad's house and he's like, he started a business after the divorce and he's like hustling. He's working 12 to 14 hour days. He's
Listen.
doing everything he can to make it work. He's not complaining.
I just said that, didn't I, y'all? I just said that. I ain't complaining. The motherfucker who gonna do all the complaining and all the reminding you of how bad everything was is the woman. Simple as that. Like she just said, the parents got divorced. You go over there to be with Pops, you feel me, for a week or two. Dad started a business. He hustling and bustling. You feel me? He doing his thing. He out there making that shit happen. He like, hold up. I'm finna blow up now, baby. I'm finna make this shit happen. You hear me? Because the motherfucker counting on my downfall, and that's the thing. Now, on mom's side, we finna hear how mom's was. You hear me? Let's get into this.
Just like, this is what you got to do. If you want to make it, if you want to, do your own thing and prove that, you're good at what you do, you have to compete. You have to get out there. You have to work hard. Why complain about it? And then my mom's whole world was, she ended up being very bitter and resentful because it was like this view of, but I deserved this. That should have been me. I got robbed of it because whatever reason. And often it was like, if I was more attractive, the men at work would have given me a raise if I looked like the other woman in the office or something, So it was like this bitter, resentful, she was kind of like at war with the world.
She said Pops was cool. Pops started a business. Pops was calm. He wasn't complaining. He was complaining about the divorce. You feel me? Probably in his mind too, as it is in other young men. I don't know about the young generational men of these days. These niggas, they be acting like the women too, but they was probably like back then, like, shit, I gotta be a man. I can't cry about it. I can't, you feel me? I gotta suck it up. It is what it is. My wife went to leave. She made it like it was all me. I'm doing everything I can. And like she said, Pops wasn't complaining. I go to Mom's house. She a fucking emotional wreck. She talking about Dad every day. Who did me? What the fuck up, dude? You driving me crazy. That's why you did this to him too.
So seeing those two things, neither of my parents are perfect. Who has perfect parents? But it was kind of like, I'd rather play over here where there's a purpose for me working hard and giving it my best shot and trying.
That house. You heard her. She said she'd rather play over there than a person climbing. Even if it was the opposite way, if Mom's was climbing, Pops was crazy, she'd rather be at Mom's shit. Shit. Me too. Because I don't want to be nowhere with no motherfucker emotional. They can't control their emotions. They chaotic every day. You feel me? You depressed, you sad. I don't like being around no depressed motherfuckers. Let me tell you something. The fine trick is too, but if you around somebody sad, gang, you gonna be sad. You gonna pick up on their emotions. You feel me? Due to quantum entanglement, due to the fact we entangled, you're gonna pick up on everything. If you're around a lazy motherfucker, you're gonna become lazy, guy. I ain't lying to you, you're gonna become lazy. So keep saying the same thing. Why would I want to be around my mom? I'm a woman, she a woman. She emotional. I know we emotional creatures. I'm not finna be in no house crying with you over no old ass marriage that you choose to leave. And dad begged to first people said dad begged to keep the family together. Mom's like, nope, nope, nope. That's it. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. And then once you let you blow yourself into a fucking emotional coma or some shit like that, what's wrong with you guys?
In life and figuring out what's important to me and then tailoring, all my efforts toward that. And I just thought that having a family was so cool. And I wanted to have the family I didn't have. So I had this dream of like getting married, having kids, having an intact family, and making it.
All right, shout out to the married people, man. Shout out to the married people, man. If you out there, you married, you got your family, you take care of them, you love them, man. Shout out to you, man. You feel me? It ain't nothing like family. And I think now, in the generation, they done got these young people, the young generation, definitely through these TikTok ass shaking videos, titties showing hoes hanging out the trucks. They got these kids not even wanting kids no more, my nigga. North family. They got these motherfuckers actually coming to a point of, look, since they already said, I don't want no kids, I don't want nothing. They just want to fuck a couple hoes, the bitches want to fuck a couple niggas, and they want to keep going. Well, at the end of the day, bitch, you ain't got nobody at your funeral, ain't nobody finna pay for nothing at your funeral. Well, you ain't got nobody. Ain't nobody really care for you, because the family that you grew up with, they really didn't love you. They was using you, nigga. The family that you grew up with, they ain't love you. They was using you, understand what I'm saying? They couldn't like your fucking ass got out of their life. Once your grandma died, they like, God damn. Now we ain't got to deal with that nigga no more. Man, y'all better wake up, man. Find you somebody that love you so you can love them. Don't chase people that you love. You better love the people that love you.
Like a place where kids can grow up without all the screaming and yelling and chaos that I had, and that a lot of kids have nowadays. So, didn't go to college. I had a full ride scholarship.
I ain't gonna lie, I ain't gonna keep cutting around, but I think a lot of kids got the yelling and the whole shit in the house shebang because I think the parents don't even put that much attention and intuitiveness into the kids no more. If y'all paid attention, man. And I think that's where I find myself being insensitive. People tell me that, like, gang, you don't even care. Sometimes you don't want to chill, you don't do. It's not that. It's like, yo, I can put that attention somewhere else. But if I put my attention here all day, then I'm not that attention person. Let's do like this. Look, if I'm sitting around watching rap videos all day, gang, I'm a rapper, I'm a writer, podcaster. I'm lacking that attention and energy elsewhere. You understand what I'm saying? I'm giving these niggas attention that made the money. You hear me? Like, come on, make this shit make sense, man. So what she's saying, it make a lot of sense. You understand what I'm saying? Like, if that's what I got to do here, yeah, I'm putting my energy there with the shorties. Because they'll put it back into you, but you don't want to use them and make them take care of you, all this extra ass shit. You're supposed to be up to part yourself.
I go, which everybody thought was the end of the world. It was like, how could you do that? Your life is over. You'll never be anything. And I was kind of like, we'll see. You know,
it is very weird that we're convinced that the only way to get educated is by an official institution with all the information.
He said it's weird that everybody think the only way to get educated is by an official institution. And the whole time, they motherfucking knowledge they got ain't even official, gang. Come on, man. The knowledge they teaching and telling us, gang, ain't official. Look, I'm gonna even go farther than that. Why in the fuck are kids right now today in 2026 still learning the same knowledge that I learned, your ass learned, your parents, your mom and them learned? Why? Like, make that make sense. No, I didn't want the round of applause. I was honestly waiting on, like a joke behind it. Because the shit don't make sense to me. Like, wait, what? So that shows you they keeping you motherfuckers mentally caged in. I'm gonna teach their grandma this, the next generation after them, they kids, and then their kids gonna learn that. After they kids come out, then we'll switch it up. What we gonna switch up, Dave? Only math. That's it. Like, come on, gang.
It's available now. I mean, even back then, like, that's the whole premise of Goodwill Hunting. Like, you can get very smart from a public library. You really don't need. It's just the books are available for everyone. The information's
no school. Fuck you need school for. Bitch. If I can go to my ass in the library and do the same 8 hours I do in school a day, every day, I'm gonna be smarter than the teachers. You might well not even send a dumb ass in. I ain't gonna lie to you. You might well not even send the teachers in. I'm just smarter than that. Right now, today, there's so much content and context on the internet, period, gang. A person can do a 8-week CD course and learn more than they'll learn in a 4-year class. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
it down. It's not like the only people that get any information are the ones who go to these colleges.
It's one of the biggest lies that education, like we can just educate everyone. The problem is we're not educated enough. And if everyone had enough access to education, everyone would be intelligent, everyone would be thriving. It's like the internet.
make that shit make sense. Shorty hitting it on the head. Like, come on, the problem is, come on, education. That's what they told the bitches. You a man gonna only give you this, he gonna feed you a little bit by little bit. That's what got the hoes on the feminism trip, gang. You hear me? And then now they all like, shit, look, I can do it by myself. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna show you so bad I can do it by myself. I'm gonna turn gay and go with a lesbian. Come on, man. Like, listen though, just listen. Y'all niggas think niggas not listen.
I had a teacher.
It's not an information problem, right?
I had a teacher in high school that said something. I don't know if this is his quote or he was quoting someone else, but he said, education is something that allows you to get along without intelligence, and intelligence is something that allows you to get along without education.
I like that. That's pretty good.
And I was like, oh, I get it. There's certain people that are just dumb at certain things. Like, I remember being around intelligent people that had no knowledge of how a car worked. Of any of the workings of a car. You would tell, well, this is back in like spark plug days. You could explain to them like, oh, one of the cables for your spark plug got loose. You're only firing on 5 cylinders. Those 6, the whole
back in spark plug days. I ain't gonna lie, it's still spark plugs out here. Hey, Joe Rogan, there's still 20 spark plugs out here, but I get what he's saying.
Is not. That's why it's like shaking like that. Huh? Like if it was anything else, if you're talking about the economy, if you're talking about the political process, that guy would think the other guy was a moron. But now this guy thinks he's a moron. I remember like being like auto shop class going, there's a lot of different kinds of intelligence. We've just done this weird thing where we've categorized.
Yeah.
Like you have to go.
We still doing that categorizing shit right now. Everywhere you look and go, everybody categorized by what they wear, how thuggish they look, how ghetto they talk. You feel me? Like Dirk had the biggest categorization with the most hoodest people, which is our people of our color, got us looking stupid as a bitch. Like, come on, man. You feel me? Then you wonder why your ass ain't gonna go in no bank and get no loan. Nigga, I seen you over there, gang, throwing up plenty gang signs, all that extra ass shit, gang. Stop it. We ain't giving you shit, nigga. We know you funding this. Stop playing.
Specific schools. You have to go to you got to get a degree. Everybody wanted to go to Ivy League schools. I lived in Boston. It was like very important. Did you get a higher education? You go on to make everybody proud, and they were all fucking miserable.
All of them was miserable. School loan debt. All of them couldn't find a job for what they went to school for, but their parents, their grandparents, and the whole fucking economy geeked them up. You gotta go to school. You gotta do this. You gotta do that. Come on now. Y'all see how the people looking now with the AI finna take jobs? You see how scared they look? Man, I remember I was telling my homie, man, you finna leave Pick and Say. Hell yeah, fuck Pick and Say. Fuck Pick and Say. Fuck the food, fuck the worker, fuck them. Nigga, I don't need this job. Man, look, they shut the motherfuckers down, gang. Like, come on, man. So what? Like, come on. I bet motherfucker be like, yeah,
well, my dad said this to me. He was the only person that when I graduated, I said, I don't think I want to go to college for this. I don't think that's what I want to do. Like any of the things I'm looking at when I think about like having a career in that thing, I'm not very excited about it. I don't hyped up to go do this. I was like, I really just kind of want to, maybe something.
You wasting your time, your life, you wasting all that shit. What, just to sit in that motherfucker so they can teach you at the slowest pace? Come back tomorrow, we'll finish the section. Shut your goofy looking ass up. They told your dumb ass to sit in front of us to say that, bitch. We go home tonight. We gonna learn this shit what you finna teach us for the next 2 years, you hoe ass nigga. And he loved it. I'm Mr. Kababo. My pick is 45,000. Like, bitch ass. You see what I'm saying? This the mode though. Listen.
But I would love to have a bunch of kids and stuff. And my dad was like, a lot of the people in my office have degrees and, they have careers and some of them are very miserable people. So if you don't want to do that, he's like, you could always decide to go later. So I was like, I kind of like bargained with everyone. I was like, I'm just going to give it a year.
I do that too.
Yeah. And if it, if I feel like I want to go to college after a year of no high school, then I'll go, I could still do it. But I ended up having a baby.
I was telling my son that, man. I was like, look, man, I want to push him to go to college because I'm like, I ain't go. You know, I dropped out. I dropped out in high school and shit, but due to the fact I dropped out, and I said I ain't get much push. You feel me? I can't name a motherfucker that was pushing me until after it was too late. You understand? Even that push for me, right? You understand what I'm saying? Because a real push, and I don't think black people know real pushes. A real push, a motherfucker be on your ass head down. You fuck what type of attitude you come with. I don't care how mad you think you is. I said, how mad you are. A motherfucker gonna be on your ass. You gonna get out of here. You gonna get that education, nigga, while them white people giving it free. You understand what I'm saying? But to you know, I told him like, look, if you don't want to go, I ain't gonna make you. As long as you get out of high school, you graduate, you good. You feel me? Because then right there, that's enough to represent and say, yup, you got the comprehension, you got the understanding, you got the whole method to go build yourself and build what you want.
At 20, which again was the end of the world. Oh my God, Rachel, your life is over. You'll never be anything. You'll never do anything. It's over for you. It's such a tragedy. It was like treated like this horrible thing. And I thought it was great. And when I had her, the job that I had did not matter to me anymore at all. It seemed so.
Why would it, gang? Why would it? It wouldn't be me. I'm in my pops said that my pops finds out you better make sure you get enough work hours and shit, so because you ain't gonna be able to have no retirement money and all this. I really ain't care then because I'm like retirement money. So what I supposed to wait till I'm 5, old, bitter, can't walk, barely can wipe my ass to what? Spend money? What I'm gonna do with it then? Nigga be getting Social Security, then what I'm gonna do? Give it to the grandkid? Hey, put this in your bank. Man, y'all gotta make this shit work. First off, who in the fuck said I'm be at a job working that long, 40 years, just to build up some bum ass retirement money, and that shit ain't worth the years I work. You know what I'm saying? You make that shit make sense. That shit sounds crazy.
I was like, anybody can go. I was a hairstylist. Anybody can go do haircuts. Someone else can cut Debbie's hair, but only I can be her mom. I want to do that. And everybody was telling me, you have to go back to work. You have to go back to work. That's what we do now. 2 weeks after.
Excuse me. This where get juicy at though. Listen.
After the baby's born, you got to go back to work. You need the money. You need the security. You need the income. And I looked around and thought, this is insane. Like, who came up with this system? Because I am going to go drop her off at 2 weeks old and let some lady who doesn't know or care about or love my baby the way that I do take care of her all day long. You know, if you factor in the commute, it's like 9.5 hours that I'm away from her. But
gang, that's happening right now. That's happening right now in our community, gang. Every parent. Look, and I'm gonna put y'all on something. Some of the white parents, they homeschooling and shit now. Y'all see the switch up? Y'all ain't peep the switch up? Some of them ain't homeschooling, but right now, every black person, they made sure they send letters to the black people. Your kid better be in school every day or you will go to jail. Like, what? How in the fuck I'm gonna go to jail for my kid not going? You think little Danny and them getting in trouble for not going? You think whole Danny and them start getting in trouble for not going? The Chinese boy in the back? Hell no, motherfucker. And look, that's why they got school 8 hours, 9 hours a day. Oh, also, they also said, look, we got an after school program that they can stay all the way to 8 o'clock. Well, last I checked, goofball, the kids got chores to do. I'm sure a lot of kids out when they get home. Well, nah, not the ghetto ones. I ain't gonna lie. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. But it is what it is. But the ghetto ones, I'm sure they don't. They go right home, go outside. The mom be like, clean up. He be like, shh, what you say? He keep going. You feel me? You know, them the houses without no dads in the house. It's only the dad. It's only them dudes who come through the fuck on the mama. That's fucked up. When them niggas, when they come through, they don't put the ruling on the kid. They ain't there to teach the kid. They only there to make sure they get that bitch checked and they get them keys and they get the fuck out of there. Come on, man. This is different, man. It hit different, man. Like,
home and feed her and give her a bath, it'll be bedtime. And that'll be it. I'll get like maybe 2 hours with my
kid. Maybe 2 hours, you heard? So after you go to work for 8, after work, actually, she didn't even mention work. Your kid got to go work. That's slave. Sit your ass up in this chair, raise your hand. You feel me? Do this, answer these questions. You understand what I'm saying? And after them 8, 9 hours, then the kid come home. Y'all got to make dinner. You tired. You probably been gone all day. You understand what I'm saying? Definitely the women. Because the women nowadays, they got these women thinking they superheroes. I heard a bitch tell me, oh, I had 3 jobs. I'm a hard worker. Bitch, you dumb. You dumb. They got your dumb. And that's what they mean by money is the root to all evil. They got your dumb ass working 3 jobs. Bitch, you know how much time you're missing with your child, your family? A motherfucker die right now and you'd be mad as hell. I was at work. I worked so much. I'm trying to do this. You don't believe in your God because everything gonna be the same anyway. You understand what I'm saying? Even if you wasn't busting your ass this hard, because what you're doing is you changing the whole naturality of how your life supposed to flow anyway, because you're trying to reiterate it. I need 3 jobs. No, you don't. God got something for you. Sit your bum ass back and stop wanting everything and wait till shit come to you.
All day, you know? And I get to pay half of what I make to this other random person to raise my child. Who came up with this? This is stupid. And
man, you know how many black women out there paying daycares? I need a daycare. You know who got a daycare? You got people, bum ass black people don't do nothing but either go stripping or but go to they probably 9 times out of 10 they go to a nigga house. The nigga pressuring them on, where you at, bitch? I'm ready. Just so he can get high, get leaned up, fuck on the bitch, send her home. While the kids crying, kids don't, you don't know what happened to the kids. Like, come on, bitch, don't care. Like, come on, man. Like, but y'all paying half y'all money to the daycares. You feel me? You send them, y'all, and then what's crazy is they can't wait to get the motherfuckers out the house. They can't wait. Oh, you piss me off. Then they say it in front of black people, like, y'all is dumb.
I have to pay taxes, you know, and I have to have a second vehicle and insurance and a work wardrobe. And I just thought, this is the most inefficient, stupid system. And everyone around me is like, this is good. This is what we all need to do. Yeah. Even the like Christian conservative women.
We need a job. We all got to work, bro. It's men. What if we all meant to just work for the rest of our life? What if it's not meant for you to be a movie actor? What if it's not meant for you to do this? It's just meant for you to follow the same track I follow. Shut your stupid ass up. The hoes, they got the hoes with that shit though. Some of them bitches, they gonna do it. On the G, even coach their niggas into doing it. Change the nigga whole mentality. Like, man, y'all better go. And then they'll try to shut you up and speaking truth. I heard a motherfucker tell me that before. Like, gang, you know what, man? I understand what you're saying, but I don't want to hear that shit. Man, fuck what you want to hear. That's why black people are stuck with it. I'm not give a fuck about what you want to hear, nigga. You need to hear this shit. That's what's wrong with niggas, man. It takes
we're friends.
It take white people to come out and tell us some shit that we could have been talking about already, man. No disrespect to Shorty, but
and family members were like, well, you don't want to depend on a man because then you're going to get abused. They fear-mongered me to death about staying home.
You heard her? They fear-mongered her. So wait, women, the whole time y'all mean to tell me some women knew that they lied about, you know, the man. That wasn't all the niggas. Those was the niggas who was getting coached into treating women like that. And you know how they was coached into that? Because they was at home watching their mama go through man after man after man after man after man, and then until one of them finally went upside her head, and he like, oh, that's one of them that beat my mama up, and then man after man after man after man. You feel me? And another one go upside her head, and now he getting used to it, and also why he getting used to that? You feel me? So when dude come in after you whooped your mama ass, he getting used to it, but he finna go grow up and do a bitch just like that. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all better wake up and smell the coffee, guys.
Right. And at the time, this was my high school boyfriend who I had my first child with. Because I was kind of a libertarian at this stage, and both my parents, at this point, my parents have multiple divorces between the two of them. And I always, I know.
So sad, damn. And Joe Rogan laughed, bro. That shit crazy. Because they had multiple divorces between the two of them. Sit y'all sad ass back. Don't you know it wasn't meant for you to be with nobody else? You feel me? You know, mom's probably, her mama probably went right away and rushed into a marriage. Now, and then probably back to the daughter. See, Rachel, this is what I deserve. And turn around and do the same thing to the bitch. You feel me?
I always heard, oh, marriage is just a piece of paper. What really matters is that you love each other and that sort of thing. And I'd known this guy since we were kids. We'd known each other forever. We'd been together for a long time. So I thought this was great. And my goal was, let's get us to the point where I can stay home and be like a full-time mom. And he had stuff going on. It did not work out. He took off. Devastating, horrible, terrible for me. Nope.
That was a sad nigga, you feel me? That nigga take off. That's what a lot of black niggas do right now today in the hood. They take right off. They're like, fuck that man, fuck that nigga. She like, you don't want to see your baby? Fuck that baby, bitch. You got the shorts on that I want to see you in. Oh, and then they think that should be cool. He think the money flash and him pulling out a knot matter more. Like, bitch, I'm eating though. Them broke ass nigga, broke ass. That Milwaukee favorite line, broke ass, like, man. Don't make that look cute, nor do the fucking dances. Look stupid. Look stupid as a motherfucker.
Big fights, no cheating, nothing like that. You know, he's a private person, so I don't want to tell his business, but he had his own personal things going on and left. And it was back to work. You know, I had to work and be a working mom. And I didn't like that. And I still thought that there was something wrong here, but I hadn't really.
She ain't like that. She'd been a working mom by herself. Bitches talking about, I don't need no man. Shut your stupid ass. You know you need one. If you got white bitches like this, the rich white bitch on the fucking Joe Rogan show talking about, it hurt. I was working mom by myself. It was sad. Bitch, you know you black motherfuckers. What are you black bitch? Y'all black bitch. First one, I don't need shut up. And then think you gonna go gay and they gonna treat you different. You stupid bitch. They gonna treat you worse if they got a faker dick. You know, make it make sense, man. This shit don't be making sense. What is the stereotype that y'all follow on the TikToks, the Instagram, the Facebooks? Definitely you Facebook voyeur G's who've been on that motherfucker forever. Like, y'all think all the trends up there be correct. Like, no, bitch, that's the algorithm to fool your goofy ass to make you think it's
I looked into, where do we get this idea that women must be working? Like, my grandma didn't work. Bless her soul, by the way. She is going to be turning 100 April 1st, my grandma, who's still with us. And she's probably my ace in the hole and the reason I kind of turned out normal despite my chaotic family.
The healthy woman who turned 100 years old, who recognized the value of life, she like, fuck that. I bet she cut a lot of bullshit out of her life after a while. Like, listen, I made it this far. Well, thank you, God. You feel me? I'm finna put this bitch on cruise control. You understand what I'm saying? You know, cruise control and cruise the rest of my way too. She cruised her way to 100 years old. So shout out to grandma again. You understand what I'm saying? Shout out to grandma.
Upbringing, because she was super grounded, nice Christian lady, only an 8th grade education, but she knew how to do everything. She'd go back and like pluck a chicken, cook it up for dinner, can everything in the garden, preserve all. It's
crazy. The ones with the least education, they knew everything. On what though? Your grandpa, your papa, your grandma, they knew everything. Come on, they knew that you couldn't go far as the 6th grade, man, like my pops, but at the end of the day, they knew everything. Was some money making motherfuckers, or they was some inventing motherfuckers, creative motherfuckers. You understand? Shout out to them.
Food. She had more done by 8 a.m. than most human beings on earth. So I had like grandma as a pillar to really help me through this stuff. So shout out grandma.
Shout out to
which is work.
Yeah.
It's housework.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is like really important. Like it has to get done.
Yeah.
And most people think someone else.
Look, you know how many women don't know housework? You said that's housework. Back in the days when grandma and papa was alive, gang, that's when a motherfucker was learning about housework. I learned about, you know what I'm saying, the dishes and keeping the family together. I'm gonna make a meal. So now when he do come home, he probably got upset. You feel me? This what the women used to think about back in the day. When he come home, he upset at work. I know they working hard in the field meal. I'm gonna have a hot meal on the table ready. But you know, and that was back in the day, gang, or the bubble bath running. And now, like, motherfuckers be like, no, girl, he using you. He doing this, he doing that. He making you do this. No, motherfucker, that don't make that because they're gonna pay something. Women got so much power over men. It don't make sense. Now, what she gonna say? Yeah, she popping her shit on women. She telling the truth. It's sort of like my sister Danica. Shout out to Danica. If y'all don't know who that is, go check out her podcast. But yeah, she popping her shit on women, but like she said, we always talk about men. A woman can point at a man and bring up an old situation 10 years ago, and I swear to God, niggas will talk about that until the end of time. But Just pay attention, man.
Yeah.
I need to be in an office.
Yeah. This is for wageies, like low paid wagey people to do. I need to be doing something important. But
Right.
I always thought she was really important. She was super important to me because when, my parents were off doing whatever they were doing, I'd always get dumped at grandma's. So I spent a ton of time with her growing up. And she was full of
Off cheating and shit. Y'all know how the white people do, man. They all trying to see who can out people out on. Oh yeah, Barbara, I slept with 8 people today. Well, I slept with 10, and I slept with your boss, Tom. Like, it's weird. Like, instead of trying to fix it or work it out, these motherfuckers trying to go see who can cheat on each other the most and who can bring home the most STDs. Like, what type of shit is that, gang? Make it make sense.
wisdom. And like I said, she knew how to do everything. Like her practical skills were crazy. She can cook anything. She can clean anything. She can and preserve food. She grew up during the Great Depression.
No women know how to do that no more. Whether or not the young McDonald's working hoes, Popeyes chicken working bitches, KFC flipping chicken bitches, ain't no motherfucking home cooked meal. You bitches probably don't even know how to bleach and Fabuloso in a motherfucking hot bucket of water, bitch. You feel me? That ain't going down no more. Y'all see how, listen, everything's so fake. These bitches doing quick weaves, quick nails, quick asses. They buying asses and titties and shit. Like, what the fuck? You niggas out here fucking on Frankenstein's, gang. This shit, it's deep. It's real deep.
It's been 1928.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and she had been through some stuff. Like, she had lost her husband to cancer. She had lost her daughter to kidney disease. Like, she had been through it. So she had a lot of, like...
Man, you let a bitch right now today lose her phone, that bitch gonna want to hang herself. Swear to God, you let a bitch lose her motherfucking hat, Gucci or Fendi hat, that bitch gonna want to shoot the fucking marble. You know what grandma lost her daughter to cancer? Man, y'all better stop playing.
Good advice and wisdom. And she'd always say, oh, I wish I was smart like you. I wish I was smart like you and I could go to school and stuff like that. But I thought, Grandma, you're the only person that knows what the hell they're doing. You're the only person in my world who seems to know what they're doing.
Who know how to survive to be 100. Motherfuckers around me, around you dying at 30 and 20, Grandma. You more wiser than we is, Grandma.
But yeah.
The grass is always greener. You know? When you're looking at a woman that's entering into the workforce who's really intelligent, you start thinking, oh, she's going to have a career.
Yeah.
And she's going to be a CEO someday.
Yeah.
And everyone's going to respect her. Meanwhile, that person's on pills and suicidal and can't sleep. And
well, we're going to get into that. We're going to get into, I'm sure, like how it's turned out for women.
Good on the outside, right? You know, women do that right now today. They put all the makeup on their fake ass girl. They make it look good as a motherfucker on the outside. But on the inside, they hate themselves. They hate how they look. They hate their body shape. Like, come on, bitch. So now, since you hate yourself so much, you turn around and you tear down the man so bad, you try to make him hate himself. Definitely the ones who weak-minded. You understand what I'm saying? If you're too weak-minded, man, it's going to be hard to fight. And then you'll know it because once you start throwing them back, then the motherfuckers start getting too much. Like, hold on, wait, what the fuck? No, fuck this. This shit ain't finna happen. This ain't gonna work like that. Yeah, it is. It would have worked on Claude and Daniel, but at the end of the day, you know.
Yeah.
Pushing them into the workforce, telling them they can have it all and how they're dealing with that. But I didn't deal with it well. When I was at work, I felt like I should be at home and I was missing my kids and like I was really failing on the home front. And when I was at home, I felt like I should be giving more to work and I felt constantly torn.
Now, you know, women wonder why the niggas out cheating. Bitch, you failing at the home front. You got 2 jobs. Bitch, you ain't never here. You ain't got no time for nobody. You barely got time to even speak to your kid and say, hey, look, how's your day going? You ain't got time to talk about their feelings or nothing. You goofy. You understand what I'm saying? You goofy. But look what done it to them. This what done it to women. And if y'all look around, gang, if we watch shows and you watch TV shows, if you listen to podcasts and you see they put the bitches all on, what's that show? Love and Hip Hop. They got them beating up each other, doing all each other, the hoes, working on cars. Of course they ain't thinking about their motherfucking kids. Make that shit make sense, man. Make it make sense. They got their fucking minds blow. Bitch got a bottle in their hand there once in a while. Now they got the hoes out here perking and shit like, man, all right. You got them bitches stealing clothes with the niggas. They doing high speeds. They getting killed with the niggas. They just met the nigga 3 days ago and died with him. damn, bitch, that shit valued that much. You said, fuck this, I'm laying my life on the line.
That's something I hear from pretty much every woman I talk to who has kids and a job.
Yeah.
That it's really tough, that you always feel like you're not able to give enough to each thing. You just can't spread yourself that thin all the time. And I think it's bad advice. I think we give women backwards advice. I think we tell them, spend all your fertile years, all your youth, building a career, going to school and building a career. And then by the time you're like 30, 35, and you've got...
When nobody wants your old wrinkle ass. When you 30, 35, 40, then go get you, you know what I'm saying, a whole fake body and start looking for a man or something. You feel me? Hopefully he won't. Hopefully he won't. He ain't gonna use you, just fuck on you, take your money, end up fucking on your daughter and you, and then, you know, get her pregnant. You mad like, oh my God. What would they tell them?
Not all that established, then you can think about getting married and having kids.
Right.
Well, by then, you better find somebody quick and get on it, because you got a handful of years left.
Yeah.
You know, and you might need IVF and all these other things.
IVF, bitch, you need IVF. You better take your ass to the hospital. What would the young niggas gonna say? IVF? For real? You got menopause? Okay, listen, we ain't doing this no more. You understand what I'm saying? So they got you bitches wasting out. You finna stack all that money for what? Just to spend it all? Or you gonna stack all that money for the next nigga to come along, and after the next one, the next one, the next one, the next one, because you gonna be so, you know, unsatisfied with people, because they always told you men are gonna do it to you. They always told you, you make yourself happy. They don't say you and your team and your family, y'all gonna be happy together. You know, it take more weight off your shoulder. You understand what I'm saying?
And a lot of women struggle, and it's actually, nobody wants to talk about this. This is the conversation no one's ready for. Women's access to higher education is the #1 correlate around the world, regardless of economics, race, culture, status, anything, to falling birth rates.
Wow. Wait.
So it turns status on correlate around the world, regardless.
Women higher education rates is the falling of the birth rates. You feel me? Because women want more higher education. Y'all the bitches, they gotta bear the kids, gang. But if you bitches too busy worrying about your body, you worrying about having that snatched belly all the time, you worrying about, I gotta get this degree in here. And then after you done getting a degree, you turn, like she said, 35, 40. Now you want to think about settling down and having kids. Listen, baby, you so stressed out from work and getting them degrees and stressed out from school, your system won't allow you to have. You overstressed. You see, and I think nowadays, you know, too many people chasing money that they don't even do the studies. Like, they don't do biology studies. They don't study themselves. A lot of motherfuckers ain't even in tune with their feelings. Like, man, it's that deep, gang. Distraction is that deep out here. I ain't gonna lie to you, man.
Of economics, race, culture, status, anything, to falling birth rates.
Wow.
So it turns out that when you push young women, that it's education, career. Because why? Why do we tell them that? Otherwise, you're at the mercy of a man, and he'll abuse you. He'll take advantage. He knows that you depend on him. So you've got to do that.
What? But then now they tell the bitches that, and they now you see the hoes trying to do the same thing to the men. The hoes are complaining to niggas out here so much. I see some young niggas out here. The niggas couldn't even go get a job. Because the bitch can make them face like, what you doing? I think you out there cheating all the time. You trying to get a job. So what he'll do, he try to play the macho man and lead a job. You know what? I'm gonna stay at home with you, baby, all day. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm cool. You know, as long as you give me some pay. Now she feel like, well, shit, okay, I'm gonna get him some allowance. He good. He in the crib. I got him right where I want him. It's a whole nother fucking trick, goddamn. The bitches they telling them, look, y'all don't. The girl, you better go out there and become an astronaut, because that nigga gonna have you under his foot with that car wash job. Bitch, he makes $7. You already making big money, and she tell you, listen, you don't need to $7. You good. He gonna control you. You need to be by yourself. Like, I know what you did, bitch. You just crippled me of a teammate. You crippled me of a teammate, because I'm gonna see you with a nigga next week. And then you gonna turn around and ask me, girl, what happened with Kevin? Like, bitch, don't you remember you said you seen him and, you know, not dumped him? Oh, well. My brother's backwards. It's backwards.
You're feeling a little off. It's okay. It's February. Everybody years evenings. It gives the nutrition. This is the time
Hey,
a lot of people to get by on one income.
Yes, it is. But have you ever asked why that is?
I have, but I'd love to hear you talk about it.
So prior to the 1970s, we had 5% of mothers with school-age kids working outside the home. And for all of human history, even during the Industrial Revolution, 17, 18, 1900s, like you said, in the 40s and 50s, you could be a janitor and support a family and have 4 kids on one income.
Whatever happened to that, gang? She was not like. Back in those days, you hear me? Because Pops used to say shit like that. Like my dad used to talk about the times like that. Back in those days, yeah, you could make a lot of money. You could. You hear me? I'm talking about, and plus, look, like money used to buy everything. Like, remember the old folks used to be like back in our days, $5 used to get you everything. Why did that change all of a sudden? I mean, everybody be like, well, because the price of things went up, but why? It's the same things that you buy. Why did the price go up? Because it's the same product. All they did is add another feature, add something else to it. It got so old that people are inventing things now. Like, and y'all see it, like people that's local. You know what I'm saying? Make it make sense.
Shifted in the 1970s, and it's never shifted back. So it can't be like how the stock market's doing. It can't really be like all these other independent economic factors that have shifted and changed and been so different over the course of the last 50 years. The one big thing that we changed is we pushed women into college and into the workforce. And by the 1980s, they were on par with men in workforce participation. So in the span of about 20 years, we almost doubled the labor force by pushing all the women in. And men's
just like AI doubled. Just like AI doubled in the last couple of months, right? Just like abortion rates doubled, right? Just like murder rates doubled, right? So if y'all pay attention, like I said, it's too many distractions going on in the world. Now in the black community, there's too many arguments and killings and shootings and petty fighting is going on for our people to pay attention to any of this. But now when we get to the other countries, they growing fucking crops and shit. Chinese people, for instance, growing crops. They got much time to pay attention to it. You hear me? They enjoying how they really feel. They enduring, their purpose on planet Earth. Now, man, yeah, you got them breaking their neck to go to work. Yeah, I used to work with a few of them. Some of them, yeah, they got that mindset too. I gotta get this dollar because I won't have nothing. That's scarcity. That's a scarcity mindset. You understand what I'm saying? Because if you tell yourself I won't have nothing, you just basically put a spell on yourself. You already casted that in your head that you're not gonna have. Now, once they put some women in there, that's what puts the men out. That took the confidence out the man. Damn. And what's funny? They probably used to say it all over commercials. If the woman can do what a man do, what is this? Made the man feel bad. You understand what I'm saying? They tried to come on, dethrone him. Man, nah, this shit crazy, but
wages have never recovered. So now you are stuck in a 2-income trap where even women who want to stay home and even dads who would love to have their wife home with their kids, it's really tough.
So why did women entering the workforce keep men's wages stable or keep them from going up along with the inflation?
It really fundamentally changed the economy. I have a friend named Aaron Clary who wrote a book about this.
Shout out to Aaron Clary. Y'all go read that book. Aaron Clary. Shout out to Aaron Clary, gang.
It's an analysis of what he calls a female-based economy, where it's more consumer-driven. Women are responsible for 80% of consumer spending. And now that they're all educated and in the job market, we have a lot more of things like HR departments, psychology, sociology.
What's funny, man? She got to get her around the applause, right? I was just telling the kids that I said, bro, I don't know what exactly I was talking about. Oh yeah, I think I know. It was how language and how the school is, meant to control and code motherfuckers. I said, look, pay attention to how many women, pay attention to how they keep men at a minimum in the schools. And now that they're shortening the schools and you go around and you look around, you'll see they got more women way overpowering the men. It ain't gonna never be like over 5. It'll be like 4. And if it's over 5, they some cornballs, or 2 of them, you know, they probably a little zesty. You understand what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, like, right, these the conversations, like she said, don't nobody want to talk about. People don't want to pop that shit.
The economy shifted away from being like manufacturing and production and more male dominated things to, we have all these women coming out of university, and you know, what do they get degrees in? I think 80% of psychology degrees are earned by women.
Yeah.
And then despite all our efforts to push women into STEM, there's still like maybe 20% of STEM degrees. So we have all these very educated women, and we have a lot of kind of fluffy jobs, like office jobs, HR jobs, social media managers. And mostly women do a lot of the same things they used to do in the home. So they're nurses, they're early childhood educators, they're retail workers, they're cooks.
That's what they good at, gang. They nurture us by heart. You hear me? They nurture us by heart. You hear me? They bring life into the world, and they know how to nurture that life. Women are also good at keeping flowers. That's women are also good at helping people with wounds and healing people. That's why they got a lot of the women out there in the nursing homes and hospitals, and you feel me? Like, come on. So, you know, these people know what they was doing when they hired this type of group, these crowds. And if you pay attention, like at a construction job, it's mostly men. You understand what I'm saying? It's a lot of men. You might catch a woman as a project manager at the construction job. You understand what I'm saying? But even that's rare. But it's going to be mostly men. Oh, ain't no joking that. No need for a punchline. At the end of the day, like, she knows what she's talking about.
They're housekeepers. They're doing a lot of the stuff they used to do, which the Marxist feminists called unpaid labor, right? This is the myth of women's unpaid labor. So instead of cleaning your own house, educating your own children, cooking meals for your family, maybe for your parents or grandparents who can't cook for themselves, all the things we used to do for our own family, clerical work, bookkeeping for your husband's business, things like that. We're doing those things for corporations. So that, and this was kind of by design.
It was by design. You got hear her? She said, so instead of letting the women chase their purpose, you feel me, getting more in tune with their family, with the children at the crib, being a marketer or promoter for the husband business. Because if y'all pay attention, a lot of white people, like on these shows, these more so real life shows, not the bullshit shows, the ones that just manipulate you, but the real life ones, when they showing them out there, they traveling, they buying houses and shit. If y'all pay attention, the woman don't work on these white people shows. Nothing. The husband, he be some type of fucking engineer, he be some type of house guy, a construction guy. You understand what I'm saying? And what he be right behind him. Yep, babe, I got you, babe. You feel me? Like an assistant. You understand what I'm saying? Like an assistant. Not trying to say like that, but it's the support system that they got, because what she doing is she letting that man be all he can be, which, like she gonna explain, man can, you know, exert they potential and they talents and skills to the extreme game, because people don't believe in giving up. Now don't get it twisted, this man who do, but you gotta know they had some emotional problems. They were super soft. You understand what I'm saying? Probably ain't never went through nothing, scared of life. So but she popping her shit.
The book is about the fact that there were people who pushed feminism, and it wasn't because women were oppressed and they cared about the position of women necessarily. It's because the same people who pushed, you know, the 19th Amendment and pushed progressivism and feminism were the same people who drafted the Federal Reserve legislation, came up with the income tax, came up with the compulsory education system. And especially on the Marxist side, they pushed feminism because they said, if we can push mothers and women into the workforce and we double the workforce, workers of the world unite. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we have this huge workforce, and through the university systems, we can kind of propagandize the young women to be socialists and to be Marxist, because they kind of tend that way anyway. The way that women's brains work is very like communitarian for a reason. We're moms, you know?
Communitarian is definitely right on point. Women talk. But you get a woman together, gang. They talk. So much information gonna be them passed between a woman and another woman, and ain't gonna make no sense. Also, you know, they don't have each other social security number, birthdays, house addresses, and a clothes size, gang. It'll make no sense. You know, man, we tend to keep it sort of at bay. You feel me? Like the lions of the jungle. We'll tell you this, we'll tell you that, but we still filling you out. We're trying to make sure everything good. You understand what I'm saying? Like you ain't no joke. So, you know, I can understand what she's saying about a communitarian. Yeah. Because a lot of guys, they go off there and that's how they think they got the girl. Oh, she talking, I got her talk. She telling me everything, this, that, and the other. So you understand what I'm saying? Only because they like talk. You know what I mean? Like, you know, but let's just check it out. This is by design how they shape them. That's why they like talking people.
So it's very easy to radicalize. And this isn't my opinion. Like I go over in the book how you can just read the writings of these people. And they tell you, August Babel, Alexander Kollontai, Margaret Fuller, like all these early 1800s writers were saying, we need to get women away from the home and away from being mothers and push them into the workplace, because then we can politicize them, we can motivate them into becoming revolutionaries. And that's how we'll get them.
Know why? Do y'all know why? Because they're more easier to control. They know with man gonna see tension there. Man gonna feel like, wait, you trying to control me. Some of them, not all of them. I ain't gonna lie to you. Some of them, not all of them. Some of them gonna be like their mamas, but at the end of the day, you got some of them gonna be like, hold on. What? You said what, nigga? I ain't. I'm working for myself. I'm gonna do this. You gonna do it? Simple. And I ain't gonna lie. Back in the days, like slavery days, or even before that, that's why they had a lot of problems with the black dude. If you seen it, they made the black dude so violent. They'll say something to him just to tick him off. You understand? Make him go hate. And then they'll point out to the girl, see, I told you. That was not the guy for you. You should get away from him. You feel me? You shouldn't be with him. But why would you have to make the situation happen just to try to, come on, man. This should be, hey, and a woman, she go with it like, yeah, you right.
To make this work.
Wow.
Yeah. So now, instead of staying home with your kids and doing all these things for your family, for your community, you're doing them for a corporation, and you're paying income tax, you're paying all the other taxes associated with having to work outside the home, gas tax because you're driving back and forth to work, payroll taxes, all that kind of stuff. And
and bitches do to keep their jobs, man. I told you, I heard a bitch say, I got 3 jobs. I'm make sure my baby had the best. I'm buying him Jordans and everything. Like, you think that's the best? Jordan don't give no fuck about your baby bitches. Jordan's $200. That ain't the best. And it's always them black ones, dog. They're out there, oh, I got more than you. And then now when you get to the white ones, they get to acting super pissy, nigga. They buying big cars and houses like gang, but none of that. You wasting all that money. You trying to buy your love. You understand what I'm saying? You trying to buy love. Not knowing that all you doing is, you know, you molding that kid to just learn that, look, I can get money out this motherfucker. All I gotta do is act sad. All I gotta do is act like this. It ain't about the time. It ain't about the experience. It ain't about the conversation. Hey, you got so far that shit, it ain't even just them, my nigga. It's happening in school. It's happening right on social media. And you know what was crazy? Social media was made for us to be able to communicate, socialize a little more, network a little more, right? It was. That's what it says in the description, gang. That's what Mark Zuckerberg said. That's what all the social media owners said. But you know what that shit did? You know what it did? All in all, it separated people. It made people less social. It made people not even want to connect. I can look at you on my phone, gang. I can FaceTime you. Good. I ain't even got to come by your house and visit you and see how your hurt mom's doing. I ain't know she was in the hospital. Or put her on FaceTime. Like, everybody run to that, gang. Like, you feel me? This, and not only with what she talking about, but everything was by design, man. Y'all better wake up.
Are away from your kids all day. Where do they go? They go to public schools, where the public school system then can dictate to them what the values
and control their mind, feed them what they want to, all that nasty ass jail food that they give the kids. You told me for 8 hours. You know what? Somebody need to look in the dictionary and see how long does it take, or how many hours a day does it take for you to mold a human being? I'm talking about as far as food, as far as mental training and mental. You feel me? Brainwash, because what they're doing is when you send a kid to school, and if you pay attention to it, like I said, when you send a kid to school, you get brainwashed and you only learning so much. You ain't learning really about art, color, history. We ain't learning about art culture. They tell you about the slavery part. Hey, listen, they tell you about the slave part. They don't ever tell you nothing good the motherfuckers did. They ain't saying shit good them Africans did. None of that. That's crazy. They don't tell us everything good they did though. Oh, we built structures, we built buildings and highways. Shut the fuck up.
Should be.
A woman, they done already, like she said, they done got the woman. They coached them to shut the fuck up. So now while the white man telling that lie, the woman right there. And then if y'all go deeper, y'all see how now they got all these mixed ass commercials, gang, with white dude with the black girl, or they got the black girl with the white dude. Like, oh yeah, that's the new style, y'all. You feel me? They mold this shit right there for y'all to see it. It's right there in your face, and then you start thinking, oh, maybe I would want to live like that. You feel me? And then you get people saying to you, man, just live your life. Don't be scared to live your life. You feel me? Bitch, you following the same commercial you saying. You probably lived that life and found out it wasn't good. You know, like she said her mom did.
How the worldview should be instead of the parents.
Yeah.
It just makes you wonder. Like there's all these giant shifts in culture, and it makes you wonder what would we look like if that had never taken place?
Well, so you asked like why did I start writing about this? That's why, because I had like an aha moment where I realized feminism is far and away, like it's not even close. It's the biggest social revolution in all of human history, and it happened in 1 century. We took the whole social order that was in every culture.
Everybody thought Black Panther and shit. Everybody went to test epidemic was. COVID was. Women control the men. You feel me? A woman get acting like she love a man, it's easy to calm him down. That nigga could have been a ride or die nigga. But now if she powerful enough, if she got willpower and mind power, she calm him down, keep the gun down. But nowadays it reverse. You got the bitches, they out there. He told the bitch to drive the car. You feel me? Why he go do a shooting? And bitch, when I shoot, don't park the car. Just keep your foot lightly on the brake and the gas so we can get right up out of there. And she do it like a dumbass. You know, the roads has changed, man. Shit getting crazy, man. It's getting wild. You know, and I'm like, damn. But to know that it was somebody else popping the shit like this, and this only 26 minutes into the video. Shorty spoke like 2 hours. 2 hours worth of information, you know, about the divine that she know that was staged, gang. That's what's crazy. But if you want to see that, man, you got to go over there to Joe Rogan podcast and watch the rest of that video, gang. Other than that, man, I love y'all. Y'all make sure y'all take care. Stay safe. Stay out the way. I am gone.
Man, you bitch niggas better ante your butt elevate. I need 6-figure money, won't hella bucks and hella cake. Fuck boy, I been on dummy, shooting hella ops, make them a day. If not him, then kill his mama, make him feel his wrath in the hell away. Hydro shock bullets out into his chest, watch as they swim away. I don't stop shooting till you die in your last breath and then I skid away. This a hollow tip.